Hello YouTube, it's Webby3, back to another kicking comic book review. Today we are looking at the Supermassive one-shot from 2022, which also happens to be the 30th anniversary of Image Comics. Pretty cool. This is the first crossover comic for the Massive-verse from Image. Massive-verse, of course, spinning all out of Radiant Black. You have comics like Inferno Girl Red. And then this comic, Supermassive, was the introduction to Rogue Sun, who would go on to get a comic as well. And we have already reviewed Volume 1 of Rogue Sun, so check that out. But I like how Supermassive is doing their crossovers. Every year, they just release this big old thick one-shot called Supermassive, and it's just Massive-verse heroes teaming up. So you don't have to read every Massive-verse book and read this issue of Radiant Black, then this issue of Inferno Girl Red, this issue of Rogue Sun, this issue of Dead Lucky. You just have to read the ones you like, and then you can pick up the crossover. It's very nice. It would be fine for me, because I'm reading all of the Massive-verse anyway, because I love Henshin heroes and tokusatsu and stuff. But if you just want to read one or two of the books, then Supermassive is a great way to still be able to experience events. Very cool. Now, Inferno Girl Red bursts into the main Massive-verse, because you'll remember that her city was stolen and transported to a dark dimension. Here's the thing, though. I thought her city was stolen from the regular Massive-verse continuity, but it was apparently stolen from a dimension parallel to the rest of the Massive-verse. So she's not part of the main continuity anyway? It's a little confusing, because it seems like she is in her Volume 1, which we have reviewed. But then she comes here, chasing this Chimera monster. And this is not the universe that her city was stolen from. So she's trying to get back to a different universe. I guess it partially doesn't matter, because the city's in another universe anyway, and I assume when it gets back, that'll be the end of the major part of her story, if not all of her story. Or at least her solo story. But she's kind of our common writer, even though she doesn't write anything. Maybe she does in Volume 2, I don't know. Haven't gotten to it. I don't think it's been released in a trade at the time of recording this. At the time of recording this, I'll be releasing it much later than I'm actually recording it, because I'm sitting down and recording a bunch of comic book reviews at once. But yeah, she chases them down. Rogue Sun takes down a villain, and Rogue Sun is a very experienced superhero. I'm not sure if he's supposed to be a parallel to a specific Henshin hero. Maybe Saban's Mystic Knighty thing that I didn't watch. He doesn't really give off a lot of Metal Hero vibes, though. But, you know, Radiant Black is like their Sentai, and as I said, Inferno Girl Red is more common writery. Haven't read the Dead Lucky or anything yet. But yeah, Marshall has to go, he talks to his robot friend, and then he finds Rogue Sun and Inferno Girl Red about to have it out, because she is a dimensional incursion, and Rogue Sun, as an experienced superhero, figures that means trouble. But she isn't trouble, just the creature she is chasing. And the creature she's chasing has fused with one of the guys that has fancy alien tech that can absorb the powers of Radiant Black. And it has mutated its biology. Now it can steal the powers of many others. And it kind of gives each hero flash forwards to things happening in their future. Like, it gives Radiant Black a flash forward to this intergalactic war that's coming. It gives Inferno Girl Red a flash forward to what appears to be an Inferno Girl Blue and Inferno Girl Green, which sounds Sentai-y, but that also happens a lot in Kamen Rider. I still get more Kamen Rider vibes from her. And then it shows Rogue Sun his death, which I figured, because this is the dad Rogue Sun. Because if you watch my review of Rogue Sun Volume 1, or I guess listened to, I make these to be listenable. If you watch the review of Rogue Sun Volume 1, it starts with Rogue Sun dying and his son taking over the mantle. So he's getting a flash forward of that death. But yeah, this beast drains their powers, and they gotta go on a little road trip to find it. And when they find it, oh boy, it's kaiju-sized. And they do their big tokusatsu ancient hero transformation thing when they get their powers back, which is effing awesome. And then Radiant Black, you know, the big robot that helps him learn how to use his powers? He releases it from himself. And it's kind of like a big Ultraman-sized dude. So I guess the robot is kind of their Ultraman, in a way? I would love a hero that was just an Ultraman type. Giant ancient hero, a real Ultraman, a real Iron King, a Red Baron, a Zone Fighter, if you will, a Mirror Man, a Jumborg ace of himself. Oh. Sorry, did you hear my kitty cat squeak? She's playing with my hand, and it's hurting me. Anyway. It also kind of has something reminiscent to Ultraman's time limit, because, you know, Ultraman has a 3-minute time limit in the Earth's atmosphere, and since Radiant Black is projecting this big robot from his body, he can only hold it for so long, though it doesn't really give a specific time. But we see kind of the nicer side of Rogue Sun. He's kind of a jerk, but it's just because he's trying to be really serious. But we see a lighter side to him. And then we get a preview of the Dead Lucky and what she looks like, and the angle of it makes her look really big, but I'm not entirely sure. Maybe she's not really big. I hope she is. I just really want an Ultraman. Oh, maybe the thing behind her is really big. There's like these big robot things, and she's there. But God, she has a cool fucking outfit. But, volume 1 of her book's out now. And in the back it says, "The adventure continues. Read the universe." It's got like this little thing you can read. Radiant Black Volume 1, Radiant Black Volume 2, the Radiant Black Ongoing Series, Radiant Red Mini-Series. We've been doing Radiant Black. We have the first 2 volumes out of the way. I've not done the Radiant Red Mini-Series, but I do have it. I'm working on Rogue Sun. I've done Volume 1. It says Rogue Sun Ongoing Series. Infernal Girl Red graphic novel, which I've done. Yeah, and that was all that they had at that point. It's a good book. It's rated T for teen. You know, nice cover and everything. Kyle Higgins, Matt Groom, etc. Yeah, it's a good book. You'll, of course, appreciate it much better if you have read Radiant Black and Inferno Girl Red. But if you've just read Radiant Black, it's a pretty good introduction to Inferno Girl Red. And you don't need to have read any Rogue Sun to understand this at all. Not a speck of it. In fact, it's almost better if you haven't read any Red Sun, and you just go into it like this. I did read Rogue Sun first, though. Did I say Red Sun? Sorry. I'm getting him mixed up. But yeah, next up is Supermassive 2023, which I do have. I just don't have it read, because I haven't reached it in my reading order yet. So that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. I keep saying Facebook, even though I don't have a Facebook anymore. And I keep saying Twitter, even though it's not Twitter. And I barely use it. I don't use a lot of social media anymore. But I am really active on Instagram. I guess that's the one you should check out, is Instagram, eBay, etc. I sell comics, and I have a physical store, too. That's it. Thank you once again. See you all next time. Bye for now.